I read the original Hostess Past, and I know there's probably more later down, book 3 and in book 4, but right now what I got, I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel like he was just for what he did, which, in my opinion, no matter what the abuse you go around, you don't deserve to turn around and do abuse to others. Now, maybe if the person deserved abuse, yes. But if it's an innocent victim or someone that's never done anything bad, they don't deserve it. You don't have the rights to turn around and do what was done to you to someone else. Because again, I had horrible things done to me, and I don't turn around and do horrible things to others. Because that is wrong. It is disgusting. And he did that. He turned around and abused a little child because he was envious and jealous and hateful and cruel. And he was honestly already cruel and envious from the get-go, because he lies about how badly he was abused right before he was locked up to the sack leader, his old childhood friend. When the sack leader tells him, hey, I'm leaving, I'm going to go find a sack and then I'll come back for you. He was jealous over it. He was furious and jealous over it. He also doesn't really show his childhood friend a good side of him, because he is upset because it's his childhood friend's fault that he's in the situation that he was in, because his childhood friend tried to do something good and he was upset over it. And he was the one who ended up getting punished over it. And, he's angry, but he doesn't hide his jealousy. And then years later, after, he escaped, the grasp of his young master, his abuser, killing his young master, killing most of the men in the mansion, and burning that mansion to the ground. In his anger, hatredness, and furiousness, he did save the girl from the past and dragged her out of there, his young mistress, which I found out he was supposed to marry her. I did not know that, but he was her fiance. She did not lie about that 5 years ago when she came stomping in there furious. Because he was. Which is honestly a horrible thing to go through for your, fiance to burn down your mansion, kill your brother, and kill all the men in the mansion. That would have been a horrible thing to go through. But yeah, then years later when we get to, the training situation between, not the training, but, the selection competition, he only picked the male lead because the war god wanted him, because the war god saw his talent and skills. And because the original main love interest picked him too. Like, the original childhood love interest saw him and picked him. He got upset and took them. He was like, no, because, the sack leader was originally going to take the male lead maybe, and so did the war god. But he was like, nah, I'll take him. And then turned around and abused him once he learned the male lead didn't just have skills and abilities, was able to, start at a very young age, which was the best time to start. And, learned about the male lead's mother and how caring his adopted mother was. He was jealous over that and literally poured horrible boiling water on me. Like, it wasn't boiling, it was hot. But he still poured hot tea on a little child and then walked off while his head disciple literally threatened him. Like, he was already envious and, had a horrible and, inferior complex, even back then, even back at this time. And then he just got way worse when he met the male lead. I don't feel bad for him. Maybe I'll feel bad more throughout book 3 and in book 4, but right now I don't. Honestly, I feel like the punishment he got from the original timeline, by the original male lead, who was the original main character, was not enough. Maybe it would, when I read down the line in book 3 and in book 4, maybe I'll feel like he didn't deserve as bad as a punishment he's got. But right now, I think he didn't get enough what he deserved. I think he should have got way worse.